All right, so I'm excited to be here with Andy Wang. So the interesting story is that Andy discovered probably my YouTube videos first. Maybe it was on Facebook, and then just really connected with my way of doing marketing and stuff. And then he connected me on Twitter, and I mean, Andy has quite a Twitter following, and has been so generous to sometimes share my stuff on Twitter. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna just bring Andy on to just talk to him and get his uh have him share his message and the kind of stuff he loves doing, because he brings such well his Andy's Twitter and other handle is Andysvibe. So Andy, you've got such a good vibe when you share stuff on social. That's why I wanted to bring you on here and share you with your presence with my people. So I'll let you kind of do more of an intro of yourself, and then we'll get into the conversation.
Yeah, so I'm not really like a business guy. So, like I'm definitely like my whole thing is spirituality. But it's not like what people think because
Mm.
like I'm tired of just it's like business. Like I'm tired of like, okay, like diving into spirituality for like just the general information that you find. It's cool, whatever. It's just a lot of stuff is kind of like not practical and kind of like it's kind of like all over the place. So I've been on my spiritual journey, and right now it's kind of accumulated to this concept of raising your vibration. And to most people, that's like, what is that? Like raising your vibration? That sounds like a new age thinking type of stuff. Like, what is this stuff? Uh, so basically, came to the realization in my life that your thoughts are your control panel for your vibrational frequency. So that's when my life changed. So I teach this idea called thought mastery. Um, because your vibrations are your thoughts are your vibration, or your thoughts are your mechanism for choosing your vibration. So when you master your thought, you're taking your vibration next level. So when you ask most people how do you raise your vibration, they'll tell you things like I don't know, exercise more or eat more veggies or yoga or whatever, which is great. Those things are great and they're just indirect. But what I realized was you can directly change your vibration through the thoughts that you think. So it's really about the thoughts that you think. So there's two parts of this thought mastery equation. Half of this equation is about releasing your negative thoughts. And that's what I'm very, very big on, which is I used to really struggle with my thoughts. I used to overthink everything and be very analytical until I learned how to master presence, master mindfulness, present moment awareness, intense present moment awareness. And that's only half the equation. I quieted my mind and everything was amazing. And I discovered like this deep inner peace for the first time. And my external reality reflected that newfound inner peace, which is great. But through through life, I was able to realize, okay, you can take it next level. You could take your happiness and your reality next level through raising your vibration through positive thoughts. So quieting your mind helps you pull the weeds out of your garden, which is great. But then now you have a neutral, you have a blank canvas. Now you can become even happier through practicing gratitude, through a few minutes of positive thinking a day. Um, so yeah, so that's kind of like what this is a long, like it's a lot of stuff to talk about. It is very spiritual. So I'm not even gonna filter myself. This is a very like spiritual thing. It's not, so to a lot of people it's
Yeah,
gonna
no,
like,
you don't have to filter yourself with my audience. So when you say to change our vibration through changing our thoughts, like maybe you can give one example, whether it's from your own life or an anonymous client's life, or just an example that you kind of see out there in the world. Um,
yeah.
like, yeah,
Yeah,
go
I mean,
ahead.
this is my life, like, you help people left and right build authentic businesses left and right, right? Like you could do this in your sleep. So this is the same thing for me is, um, like my life has, like there's so much to cover, but literally my life has dramatically changed, ever since I literally, raised my vibrations. Just literally spend a few minutes a day. Well, first of all, learn how to quiet your mind and then spend a few minutes a day thinking positive thoughts. So Like this is literally everyone around me. I just got back from, you know, Jamaica, with all my soul friends, you know, like all these people I've met, and we're having amazing times, and every single person's life has dramatically changed in every area. So just like, just for example, for me, I raised my vibration, June 5th of 2019. I remember like literally before raising my vibration, I had a felony. Uh, you know, like I had like, er, I had a broken heart. I was at the rock bottom of my life. Nothing was working for me. Uh, all of that. And I had a shitty relationship with my family. I had a terrible relationship with, you know, my Twitter and all that stuff. None of it was really doing good. And then literally, I raised my vibration. My following blew up. My relationship with my family completely changed. Um, I started to attract so many amazing people into my life. Now we're going on vacations, and then all these amazing things. So it starts with your feeling. You start feeling better, and that's the major key. Is the internal changes. Your feeling, your emotional guidance system changes as you change the way you feel. Your external reality directly reflects that. Directly reflects that, and yeah, and it just gets crazier and crazier, and my life gets better and better, and the way I feel gets way better, you know. So
Wow. So yeah, I mean that's a really dramatic change that you've had. So how did you, if you think about back in, was it did you say 2019? How did you, what were the first steps you took to make such a big change?
so first of all, you have to be ready for it. But for like 99% of the people who want to change their vibration, change their reality, I always recommend for them to start with releasing their negative thoughts. So to me, that is the number one key, because if you have negative thoughts and you try to be positive, it doesn't work. If you're having thoughts like I feel broke, money is evil, and you try to think like no, money is great, money is positive. It doesn't work, because you already have this negative vibrational frequency that is already active, that you want to deactivate first before you activate the positive, if that makes sense. So for me, it's like, for me, especially with my clients and stuff, like, yeah, like definitely almost 9 times out of 10, I help them quiet their mind first, master present moment awareness. Because the thing is, the thoughts that are bothering you every day means that you are feeding that vibration, feeding that thought every day. And your thoughts that are bothering you every day, they need your fuel. You need to feel like they can't survive by themselves. They need you to feed it every day, and you feed it through giving it attention and just thinking those thoughts every day. And you don't know how to stop thinking them. So that's why you want to learn how to stop thinking your negative thoughts, to stop feeding your negative thoughts. And so someone's gonna go from like a million thoughts a day. You know, I think a lot of people know what that feels like, which is the moment they wake up, it's constant negative thoughts all day. And it gets stronger throughout the day. But imagine waking up and having a very quiet mind. You're still gonna have thoughts flowing through, but they're not gonna bother you. They're gonna they're gonna release quickly, because you become the empty space that contains your thoughts, instead of becoming your thoughts, being possessed by your thoughts, if that makes sense. So it's all about learning how to stop feeding your negative.
So that's the first step really,
That's really the first step. But
yeah.
here's the thing: most people think that's the last step. Most people think, okay, you quiet. I thought, okay, I quiet my mind. I'm Buddha now. I'm like enlightened or
Mm,
something. But then from that point,
okay.
I realized, okay, from this point of being feeling neutral all the time, there's more.
Yes.
I can raise my, because love is a very high vibration. And what happens when we raise our vibration, all that does is we become compatible with the energy of love. So whenever you feel negative emotions or any type of negativity or any type of negativity, it's not all it is a disalignment from love. So imagine like an iPhone, and imagine how amazing an iPhone is, and think about an iPhone without Wi-Fi. That's kind of like who you are when you're disconnected, where you're still amazing, you know, you'll always be amazing, but when you connect to the Wi-Fi, it's super amazing, right? There's like a billion more things you could do. So when you raise your vibration by changing the thoughts that you think, um you literally connect with love energy. Like literally, like you could do this in the next moment. Like you literally connect to love and things just start flowing into your life. And which is great, but the real prize is the way that you feel. Like it doesn't matter what is happening externally. Like if when you learn how to master the way that you feel, you could be anywhere. You feel amazing. You feel
Yeah,
aligned.
I totally agree. Yeah, it's like, it's kind of like we don't want the food, we want the feeling of deliciousness.
Ooh.
It's like, right, that's another analogy. Or it's not like oh, I want to go to an amusement park. Well, it's not the park itself, it's the
Mm,
feeling of having fun with your friends, as an
mm,
example, right? But back to this. I mean, this is so key, and I love that you said, okay, the first step is not the last step, right? That's just the first stage. And but back to this idea of letting go. So that this is one of the biggest challenges people have is, I don't know how to stop my negative thoughts. I mean, because negative thoughts, if they are running through your life, are by definition a habit, and habits are really hard to break. And so what I'm hearing you say is to practice like meditation, for example, or mindfulness.
meditation on steroids. Yeah.
Yeah, to like notice negative thoughts. And so when you notice the negative thoughts, what do you do with it?
Okay, so there's a lot to unpack on this topic. That's like you're being like your first day at a gym, right? It's like, what do I do? What technique is the best technique or whatever? But just very quickly, so first of all, like, so what you do is you practice present moment awareness, right? So meditation is great, but the thing is, like, a lot of people, you meditate for what, 15 minutes a day in the morning or whatever, and then you go on with the rest of your day returning to your negative habits of thinking, right? So it's like, it doesn't do much. Versus you don't even have to meditate, but you practice presence and practice that awareness on a moment to moment basis. Like, that's the key, you know?
So what if someone says, I'm aware of my negative thoughts right now, or I'm aware that I'm miserable right now, or whatever it may be. I'm aware that I'm anxious right now, but that's not what you're talking about.
No, because okay, so there's a lot to unpack. So when if you are aware that you have negative thoughts and you're really struggling with them, you feel like you're drowning in them, it means one thing. It means that you have a ton of negative momentum. So that's the key. You have a lot of, let's say you're 30 years old. You have 30 years worth of feeding your negative thoughts and energy and momentum. So the momentum is crazy right now. So number one, you want to find an effective technique to be present first, right? So there's a lot of techniques. I'm not going to be able to cover all that, but I just want to give people like a brief understanding of it, I guess. So there's techniques like, my favorite technique is the inner body technique, meaning if you feel the empty space inside your body, just take a minute to feel the empty space in your body, just the space in between inside your body. And if you could take 100% of your attention and place it into your body, 100% of it, all of your attention in your body, inhabit your body, inhabit the present moment, inhabit the empty space that's in your body, and just keep it here. And you're gonna have negative thoughts that's gonna take you out of your body, which is great. Just keep coming back. Put all of your attention in here. You're gonna find that you don't need to think to do anything. You don't need to think to honestly like make a business plan, conduct a business meeting. You don't need, I'm not thinking right now. All the stuff that's coming out of my mouth is coming from me quieting my mind. And when I quiet my mind, wisdom flows through effortlessly. You become an instant channel for source. Um anyway, so that's like one technique. I'm not even gonna like really take
Yeah,
everyone through
no,
the
I
technique.
get it. Yeah, in fact, I think a lot of people watching this have some technique that has already worked for them. Some people practice various kinds of embodiment techniques. You mentioned yoga or other things, or even exercise, right?
Yeah.
Could be a way to get out of the negative loop of mind, to kind of become more neutral, you might
Yeah,
say. Right
right.
now, so let's say that somebody has been practicing neutrality,
Yeah,
equanimity,
yeah.
lack of negative thinking and
Yeah.
emotions for a while. Now they want to take it to the next step. What
Ooh.
is What do we
Yeah,
do?
dude, literally, if someone like that came up to me, it had a phone call with me in 15 minutes, their life is gonna immediately like skyrocket and change. Like this has happened to me so many times. So okay, let's say you have successfully pulled the weeds out of your garden and you're really good at dealing with your negative thoughts, which is phenomenal. Now you're ready for that next step, which is skyrocketing your alignment, taking your vibration next level. So we talked about releasing your negative thoughts, and just by doing that, you raise your vibration. Because when you stop holding stuff down underwater, it comes up, it floats. So some analogy like that, I can't even remember. But so your vibration floats automatically when you stop putting resistance.
That's actually a really good analogy, because it's because the negative, well, they call it heavy feelings, right? Like heavy thoughts, heavy feelings of, worthlessness or fear or, sadness or whatever it is weighing down what's kind of our natural spirit wants to lift and expand and etc. So I like that analogy, actually.
So that's
Yeah.
first, right? So now what you do is you think positive thoughts. Spend 2 to 3 to 5 minutes, even just 2 to 3 minutes. That's why I say for beginners, just spend 2 or 3 minutes every morning. Because when you wake up, when you sleep, your mind deactivates. So when you wake up, you have a little bit of a blank slate, just a slight bit of a blank slate for you to recalibrate the vibration that you want to be on. So when you wake up and you choose your vibration, you choose the thoughts that feel good, it's going to impact the next hour of your day. It's going to impact the next hour of that, and then it's going to impact your whole day. It's where you get the most leverage. So this is something where you're going to, in 30 to 60 days, you will experience such a profound change in your life that something is crazy is going on. In 30, 60 days from that, you'll become a complete different person. 30, 60 days from that point, because as you change the way you feel, your life will immediately reflect those changes. So anyway, so just to put everything in a nutshell, and I hate to do that because there's just so much I like
Yeah.
tools
Yeah.
I want to give, but just to put it in a very simple nutshell, spend 2 to 3 minutes a day practicing appreciation in the morning, at least, right? And just do that consistently every day. Tune into the positive thoughts. Learn how to manually think positive thoughts, and just start doing that. You're deliberately thinking positive thoughts, and what you're gonna, and start easy. Just start whatever. Appreciate the green grass. Appreciate the butterflies. Appreciate your sister. Appreciate your neighbors. Appreciate the water that you drink. What does it matter? Just spend 2 or 3 minutes doing that. Start feeling good. And dude, your life is gonna, like, everyone's life dramatically changes. Dramatically changes.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah, and your Twitter feed is a great example of that, because you share a lot of uplifting stuff. And I encourage everyone watching this to check out the link below to Andy's Twitter.
Yes.
It's twitter.com/Andysvibe, ANDYSVIBE. But anyway, the link is below. So Andy, when people are kind of wanting to work with you as a client, what's the first step, or how do they how do
Dude,
they work with you?
this
What kind of work, I should say, what kind of work do you love doing with your clients?
this is where I need your help, man. So like, I've been spending a lot of time coaching for free. Just because I don't know, it just happened that way, and I had to build up my confidence.
Well,
And
it's also something you really love to do, and you're really
yeah,
serving a lot of people. Yeah,
oh
totally.
yeah. So I've been doing, I was doing that for a while, and like it's like just literally, I, I don't want to say it, but literally 10 out of 10. Like every time, like I have a client and they never make it past the first call though, because within that 15-30 minutes of conversation, and like they're good, they have all the resources that they can start.
Yeah, it's like you do so much for them in one call.
Like, no, like I'm not even kidding. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's what I was doing for a while. And, just, and also with my close friends, my soul friends, we're just all leveling up like crazy. And, like, so the equation. So half of the equation is quieting your mind. Half the equation is raising your vibration. So then it's just a matter of how do I apply this to my life directly, right? So I help people do that, but personally, I I don't feel too inspired to even like take on a lot of clients. Like coaching is great, but right now I personally feel so inspired to continue putting out amazing content for my podcast, and also continue to grow on Twitter and to connect those two. And I would like to do some coaching too, but like it's just that like I'm playing with it. I'm just playing with it at this point. It's all playing with it. Because like I know what I'm worth, in the sense of like every person who I talk to, like it's life changing. So I want to, like share this with people, but at the same time, it's like, it just needs to click a little bit more for
Yeah,
me.
totally. Totally. I
Yeah.
mean, one thing, just a quick idea, and then we'll start to wrap
Ooh,
up. But
okay.
I wonder if there are any volunteer clients, because I mean, if you do have quite a following on Twitter and on your podcast, etc. And it's like, if anyone's willing to have you do the work with them and record it, so
Okay.
that your whole audience can see you doing the work. Anyway, I don't want to put you on
Damn.
the spot. It's just an
Damn.
idea. And
Damn.
but anyway, thank you for the work that you do and all the good stuff. I mean, because every time I see you, when you like reshare my stuff, and I see the followers that are following me because of your reshares, like these are amazing people. They're just like really high vibe people, that follow you. And so it's like, it's not a surprise that because the way that you have upgraded your own emotions and your own
Yes.
thoughts and your vibration, you attract people like that. You attract a lot of high vibe people into your circle now. And so it's pretty awesome. Really, really congrats
Dude.
on the transformation you made for yourself. I think it's a testament to your methodology. So any kind of final words of encouragement for the audience as we finish up?
I have just a personal question for you, like
Sure,
just
sure, sure.
well, like okay, so I want to do what you just said. I think that's a genius idea, like at the perfect time. But so how do I share that video? Like just
Oh,
on my
yeah.
podcast I can, but on Twitter, like how do I even?
Well, I mean, on Twitter, you probably would clip out like a 1 minute impactful moment from that video, or several 1 minute clips. But I mean, you could definitely, I think it would do well on YouTube, Facebook, IGTV. But yeah, I think that if you're willing to do that, and if people are willing to do it with you, and be like a kind of a case study
Yeah,
session,
yep.
yeah, like I think a lot of people will get a lot out of it. So
All right, cool, man. Cool, man.
you should go for it.
Dude,
But
I'm so excited.
yeah, Andy, thank you for the really the goodness that you bring to your audience and
Same with
to
you,
everyone
man.
around you.
Same with
Yeah,
you. You
yeah,
do it on the topic, the sensitive topic of money.
yeah.
Like so.
It's a tough one.
Dude, so I want to give that appreciation back to you. Like, I hope you understand the magnitude of what you're doing. Like, it's like it's really like generation changing. It's really like it's
Mm,
changing the path of business for the fucking future. Like,
yeah.
it's ridiculous. And excited.
Thank you. Well,
Yeah.
Mutual Admiration Society here. Um, Andy, I know we'll be talking more, and I look forward to continuing to follow your progress and your journey, man.
Please, man, dude, you can I can talk to you all day, man. All
Yeah,
day.
yeah, and we'll definitely talk more. Yeah,
I'm gonna meet you one day too.
yeah, for sure, man, for
Yes,
sure.
man.
All right, good for now, and to be continued. Those who are watching this, follow Andy's Vibe. The link is below, or at ANDYVIBE on Twitter, and from there you can go elsewhere too. So
Yeah, it doesn't even matter.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
All right, man. Thanks, Andy.
Okay, all right, peace.
See you soon.
Peace.